Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is so good to see everyone this morning. It's so good to see everyone. I'm sorry about that little weirdness that just happened with the camera. Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet. And it's cold, baby, it's cold outside. And yeah, it's cold. So, good morning to everyone. And let me get my good mornings in to everyone while I am not shivering. I see. Let's see. Remember Romper Stomper? If you're old like me, then you remember that show. And I'm going to say, I see Alice, I see Patty, I see Naomi. Let's see who else I might see. Lisa, I see Lisa. Good morning. I see Wendy. It is good to see everyone this morning. I am so glad. And don't forget, Nikki. Good morning, Nikki. Oh, Alice says I put a sweater on this morning for the first time in months. Oh my goodness. If I had one readily available, I would be putting it on too. It is quite cold here. Yeah, I am so surprised. It's in the upper 40s, but the thing is, it's rainy. So it is damp here right now. And so that's just getting a little bone chilling cold going. 49 in Texas? What, Nikki? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's crazy. We, we had a kind of a lazy day yesterday. I made chili in the crock pot, and we ate on that all day practically. And we had football on the television, and we had a fire in the fireplace. And so that was our day yesterday, amongst all the other things going on and taking care of business, always 24/7. So, Naomi says it's 39 right now here in Kansas. Woo, Naomi, that is chilly, chilly, chilly. Very, very cold. Hubby is just getting Rosie together so that she can go outside and go potty. And let's see. Oh, my goodness. Patty says I put heavy sweats on and fireplace on, thinking about turning the big furnace on. As soon as finished riding the bike, we'll get another cup of coffee. Yes. Yes. Ooh, Alice, 10 Celsius, which is 50 in Toronto. So, yes. And last night, it was 48 degrees here, which is about 8 in Celsius. So it was pretty cold last night. And that was, excuse me, that was when I looked at the temperature. Is that a squirrel right behind me? Let me see. No, I thought I saw a squirrel, but I didn't. Unless I did and he scampered on. But right here you can see the road. There's a road, and yeah, you can see the cars going down that road. So that's how far up we are from just the road right next door where rare that Toronto is warmer than Texas and Tennessee. Yes. Not by much, though. Not by much. Wendy says it's been in the low 30s for a couple weeks. Hi, Rosie. Good morning. Good morning. She's excited and Daddy's slow. Yes, I am. She's ready. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Mm. It is good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. So last week, okay, first you yawn, then squirrel. Nikki, it's me. What can I say? I know. It's typical, right? Typical Barbara. I think it's like a shadow that I'm seeing. Can you see that right there? It's Monday. That's right. It is Monday. Oh my goodness. So last week I took last week off, which I needed. I needed to take that time off. Oh, so and it was nice just taking care of, whatever I needed to take care of and taking that pressure off myself of, am I going to be able to get up on time? Am I going to feel like, um, you know, going live and all of this stuff? And I've got some things that I'll share with you, but it'll be separate and, just some things that are going on that maybe you're hopping in the car soon, but you'll listen in the car. Okay, Alice. Okay, Alice. And so I will do an update with that. But I just want to share, it has been a really good past week, but a pretty busy past week. And so we did end up um, driving to Tennessee on Thursday. We were going to drive on Wednesday, but it was a little too much. Excuse me, Tuesday we loaded the van and my husband's truck and the trailer that attaches to his truck. So we needed to get the truck here and the lawnmower and, and stuff that could really only travel in the truck. And so we got that all loaded and on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we crashed um, on um, on on Thursday we were going to leave for Tennessee early. That was the plan, but all night the night before, when we went to bed Wednesday night, all night we kept getting alerts on our phone, and we would get an alert with a text message. We would get an alert with like a beep beep, and then that kind of alert, and then we would get an alert with a phone call, and all of these different alerts, and because there were tornado watches that turned into warnings. So watches is like, watch out, there might be one out there. A warning is one has been spotted, take cover, be aware, this is a warning. And so we kept going from watch to warning to watch to warning to watch to warning all night long. And there was at least one confirmed touchdown in our town, and thankfully no reports of injury, which is good. This tornado traveled about 5 miles and did some extensive damage, but like I said, it was in the middle of the night and it was in a business area. So and there were some homes too that were damaged. But like I said, thankfully nobody was hurt. But so we didn't get any sleep that night. So we ended up leaving later, like 9:30 in the morning. And because I was waiting for the warning to stop, but the watches were still there. So then we left during a tornado watch, and and it was windy, and then we got about 17 miles down the road, and our little Rosie girl, yeah, and our little Rosie girl, we slept without that much technology, Alice. We would have slept and not known nothing. And so, and I almost wish that that's what had happened. I mean, I understand why the warnings and everything I do, but wow. So Oh, excuse me. So we got, oh, probably about 17 miles down the road. And, um, well, let's see, we only got about 15, no, about 10 miles down the road. And I realized that Rosie girl, I had tried to travel with her in the front seat because I was in the vehicle by myself. Hubby was in the vehicle by himself. And so I thought, well, we're taking Rosie girl. Let me see if she'll ride up front with me. Well, she's not used to riding up front. And she was really uncomfortable in the front seat. And so, you know, she just was having a really hard time. So I stopped at a Dollar General and I got her a pillow. I thought, well, if I put the pillow between me and her, there's like a little tray between the bucket seats. If I put the pillow there, maybe she can rest her head there and she can kind of stretch out a little bit and she'll be okay. She did not like that pillow. She didn't really care for it at all. And little did I know, but she was actually getting ready to have a seizure. And she was feeling uncomfortable, and that's why she was restless. And but she can't use her words, she can't say, "Hey, mom, I'm feeling funny. I feel like something's going to happen." And so I'm thinking that it's because she's in the front seat. And so we get, like maybe 7 more miles down the road. I don't know. We had to stop and get gas. And so we got gas and then pulled back out. And then very shortly after that, within 5 miles after that, Rosie, I was looking at her and she was like looking at me really intently. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you getting ready to have a seizure? What's happening?" And she put her head back and this is what happens when she has a seizure. She puts her head back and she like stares right at the ceiling. And that is her brain going into a seizure, and then her body will drop. And so I'm on the road, traveling, going 60, and she has a seizure, and I can't catch her or anything. I need to stay safe in the car. I try to catch her a little bit. She ends up sliding onto the floorboard in the front seat, and she's having a major seizure. And poor little girl, only she's a big girl. She's probably, oh, I think she's about 65 pounds. And so, I can't even see her head. So I pull over. As soon as I get where I can pull over safely, I pull over. Doran pulls over behind me and, I'm rolling down the window and he's checking the things on the back of his trailer, making sure it's still tight and everything. And I'm like, I pulled over for a reason. I need you. So, I'm telling him, Rosie's having a seizure. Can you go over there? So he goes over, opens the door, and he's, they say, if you like push on their eyeballs, on their eyelids while they're having a seizure, it helps slow the seizure down. And so, anyway, so yes, so she had her seizure. When she was done, I'm like, "Okay, good morning, Miguel. It's good to see you." So I'm like, "Okay, there was in the South, it's a big joke, but it's true. In the South, there is a Dollar General on every corner, right? So there's another Dollar General right up here on the right-hand side, probably about a mile away. So I'm like, I'm going to stop. Doran said, "Do you have anything sweet to give her?" "No, I don't." Because um, after our dog has a seizure, we give her something a little sweet to help get her blood sugar going, to help revive her. It takes a lot out of her when she does have a seizure. So, and we need, I realized that I had forgotten a bowl for her water. We had water, but I didn't have a bowl. So, and here we are, we're 17 miles from home, or maybe 20. And, all of this is happening. And I'm like, I was thinking, well, she can wait until our next gas stop. We just left the house. She should be fine, as far as water goes. So anyway, we pull into the next Dollar General. So this is like 20 miles from home, maybe. We've stopped once for a Dollar General, once for gas, once for Rosie's seizure, and now another time for another Dollar General. And we're not even 20 miles from the house. And I'm like, I look at my husband and I'm like, maybe this is a sign we should go back home. He's like, no, we're going. I'm like, okay. So we stop at the Dollar General. I get her some Little Debbie birthday cakes because they're like little rectangle birthday cakes with sprinkles, and they're vanilla with vanilla icing, right? Nothing to hurt a dog. Has some sweet in it, and I give her little Debbie cake, and she enjoys it. She's still a little bit out of it, and so then I had bought some paper bowls, and I thought, well, instead of buying her a bowl, I'll just buy some paper bowls, and that way, we can you know, we can use them too. And so I gave her some water, and she drank and drank and drank. And of course, hubby's helping, giving her water and everything. So then we had to take a light that was in the back seat, which is the side that she usually sits on, took that out. She couldn't get down out of the car or get back in the car. So hubby just picked her up and put her in her back seat. And, I put the pillow between the seats back there. And then we put the light in the front seat. And so she settled in back there. She had her sweet, and she had some water. She had a lot of water, actually. And so then we're like, okay. And as I'm getting back in the van, wind is whipping. The car is feeling like it's getting lifted. It's a van, so it's really heavy. And I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So, Alice says what causes her seizures. We're not exactly sure. And they actually just started within the last year. The vet told us to keep track of them if they got worse, and it feels like they're getting worse. So we're going to have to, I think when I establish her here in Tennessee, I'll pursue that. I'll pursue that a little more. So anyway, because the week before we had dealt with Theo getting what we thought was sick. I thought he was getting I really thought he had kennel cough or something like that, even though he had been he had the shots for it and everything. He got his shots. Rosie had her shots, but we took them to the groomer, and when he came back, he was having really a lot of problems. Well, it turns out his trachea is 1/4 of the size that it should be. And probably when he went to the groomer, even though I don't use collars that go around their neck, I use a harness because of pugs. Well, and Rosie, I do that too, a harness. For safety, instead of wrapping around their neck, I use a harness. And, but, groomers use those tightening kind of things, and they keep them going straight up tight while they groom them. And it must have, yeah. Oh, thanks, Patty. I will take that. I will give that a look too. Thank you, Patty. I'll discuss that with the vet. So anyway, yeah, she's having seizures. We had to take Theo to the emergency vet, which is a 24-hour University of Florida at Gainesville. They have a veterinary school, and so they have a vet's office, a University of Florida emergency vet's office in the town over. So it was 20 miles away. So we had taken Theo there, and Oh, Diane, your dog has the same thing with seizures and she's on meds for life. I have a feeling that Rosie's going to have to go on meds because I think the one that she had prior to this was while we were in Tennessee, which was about a month ago. So it seems like it's getting more frequent. Um, yeah. So it's getting more frequent now. So we probably will have to, do something about that. So, anyway, it was just a crazy trip. We hadn't even gotten very far from home and we had all those stops. And then it was raining. And, oh, thank you, Alice. Thank you. And so, anyway, we got down the road. It rained the whole way in Florida, and we hit Georgia, and it cleared up a little bit. But the sky was overcast, but at least it wasn't raining. So we kept going, and we had a good time. The trip itself was good, as far as traffic wise and everything. Hubby was having to go a little bit slow because of the trailer and the trailer tires. Excuse me. The trailer tires were the smaller solid kind, and so they don't last forever on a trip, and it can be typical to have to change them out. So we had spares. We had spare tires for the vehicles. We were ready. Um, and Yes, good morning, Diane. It is good to see you. It is so good to see you. And so anyway, um, yeah, so we are going. It just took a long time. It just took a really long time. 9:30 in the morning we started. We finally got about 20 miles from our new house. We got off of I-40 and we had just turned onto a a local road. Good morning, Valerie. It's good to see you. We had just finally turned onto a local road, and oh, I know, Miguel. I hate when they don't feel well too. Good morning, Robin. It's good to see you. I'm glad you finally found us. I saw you were struggling to find the live. Um, and so anyway, yeah, it was just a really weird trip. So we get off of the highway. We're at the light at the exit. We're making a left. Hubby's behind me, and I make the left, and I hear, "Oh, you're at the VA with your patient." Okay, Valerie. Well, it's good to see you. And so I make a left, and he starts making his left, and I hear a big rig, a big truck right next to my husband going beep, and it was very late. It was midnight. Okay, it was midnight, and it was actually a little bit after. And so I'm like looking in the rear view, and I'm like, what's going on? Did he swerve into the truck? Was the truck beeping at him? What happened? Well, the tire on the trailer just shredded. And so it just shredded. And so the trailer was doing a little wiggle wibble wobble. And so, yeah, the truck was beeping at him. And so, anyway, I'm like looking, and I saw he was still coming around the corner. So I went, and just as I'm, getting onto the road, there's like a little tiny hill. So then he disappears. I can't see him because of the hill. And I'm like watching, and I slow down, and I'm watching. It's really late at night. It's pitch black. And so I'm watching for him. He never shows up. So I'm like, I call him. I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? And he said, there's something wrong with the tire. And I'm like, okay, I'll be right there. So I turn around and go back, and I get behind him, turn on the flasher lights, the hazard lights. And so he's looking, and it is the tire on the trailer, and it's on the passenger side. And so he's looking for his all the equipment to change the tire. I can't even think of what they're called. And so he's looking for all the equipment to change the tire and everything, and it's late at night, and we had loaded the vehicles down. So, all those things got stuck under things and behind the driver's seat and everything. And so, anyway, he's looking. He finally finds everything. He is, getting the lug nuts off. One of them is stuck and he cannot get it off. He even tries putting the thing on the thing, and he tries to step on it to loosen it up. He can't get it off. He's trying. He's sitting on the ground. He is miserable. He's feeling sick. It is now, 1 o'clock at night, in the middle of the night, in the morning. And then it is 1:30 in the morning. And I started praying, please God, send somebody to help him. He can't get this going. He's feeling sick. Please send somebody to help him. And lo and behold, hey, Nisi, good to see you. Lo and behold, here comes an SUV, and I didn't see what it had on the side, but it had one of those big magnet things on the side, and it was really big, and it had a name of something, so I knew it was a business. The back window had a name. And so they pull right in front of his truck. Two guys get out. I'm like, okay, I'm like, and all I see is smoke. They're both coming out of their vehicle smoking, and it's late at night. All I can see is, and they lift up the back of their SUV, and I'm like, and I've got a plan in my head. And if they're bad guys, I'm just gonna run them over because I don't have anything, right? I don't have anything to defend anybody. So I'm like, well, I'll just try to hit them and not my husband. I don't know what are you gonna do? I don't know, right? So, but I had prayed and I was like, okay, thank you, God, for sending somebody to help him. Turns out they are like road rangers, right? They are roadside assistance guys. They don't have they're not a tow truck. They just basically go out and assist people on the road with, tire changes and different things like that. If you need a jump start, if you need, that kind of thing. So they had just gotten off the highway to come back home, wherever that was, and from helping somebody on the highway. And they saw him sitting on the ground, and they pulled over just to help. And they didn't charge or anything. And they were like, they ended up these two guys worked for a long time. And they ended up having to go to their vehicle. They had to get like a drill thing to loosen up the jack, and loosen up the lug nut. It wasn't even easy with that thing. It took them a while to get the tire changed. It was like 2:30 when we finally left that roadside. So we had been there at least 2 hours. Well, Rosie came back from her walk and she's very happy. She said, hey, you're in my seat. She's really happy. She went potty. Oh, good. She's super happy. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, I was so tired. I know, right, Miguel? We need those guys to just follow us around, and anytime we have trouble, just, here's my car, fix it. So, anyway, it was, so we got on the road, and so I just start going, and again, I go over that same little hill, not a big hill, little hill, no husband. And I'm like, oh no, what happened now? Well, he had gotten sick, so he had to pull over and get sick. He was really sick. And the day it was just a crazy day. So anyway, once he did that, then he was fine, and we got back on the road, and 30 minutes later we were at the house. And so yeah, oh boy. So We got to the house. It was probably about 3 o'clock. And it was very interesting. And so 3 o'clock in the morning, we got to the house. You know, of course, the electricity's not hooked up. We can't turn on a light. So we're using our phones to light the way. We're kind of peeking around and looking. And Rosie was just enjoying being out of the car. She loved walking around the house in the middle of the night. And so we unloaded the light because we were leaving the truck at the house, and unloaded the light, and so that, you know, hubby could have a place to sit. And then we ended up going to the cabin, and we got to the cabin. By the time we got to the cabin, it was 5:45 in the morning, and we just crashed, and it was crazy. So anyway, that was our trip here. And so we've just been kind of recovering from that. And so Saturday, you know, I was trying to finish the 12 weeks of Crochet Christmas. Has anybody watched that yet? Have you seen the tutorial for the I don't even know if I did a good enough job on that or not. The tutorial for the 12 weeks of Crochet Christmas for the scarf. Isn't this a pretty scarf? You can see the color a little bit better in here than you could on the tutorial. For some reason, when I would film it, it would turn it kind of a blue color. But this is an amethyst. This is a purple, and I really, 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 really love it. I really do. And so, yeah, it's just really pretty. Just really, really pretty. And so this week was the scarf so that we could get used to doing the feather stitch. Next week is the hat that matches. And I'm excited about that. And then the following week will be a tutorial for the gloves. And if you have been with me for a while, okay, Alice, thank you. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Yeah, Naomi, it was an adventure. It was definitely an adventure. Yeah, I'm just thankful for the way it turned out. It was positive. Yes, Alice, do you have safe travels? So anyway, thank you, Miguel. Thank you. And so, yes, for those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that we did a live crochet along for the gloves, the fingerless gloves, but I never did a true tutorial for the fingerless gloves. So that I am doing a tutorial for the fingerless gloves. So this coming Saturday will be the hat, and then the next Saturday will be the gloves. So then you'll have a 3-piece set, a tutorial for each one. And that way, you know, if you want to give a set as a gift, it will match, the stitch will match. And oh, thank you, Naomi. I do love this scarf. I love this stitch. I love the way it is. It's squishy and it's thick, and I love the way it does its own little border, like that's the beginning of it. And you know, even the edges are really kind of pretty. It kind of looks like it has a chain stitch. And so anyway, I just really like this, and I thought, you know, we haven't done I haven't done really any tutorials with that stitch, so I wanted to do that. I just wanted to offer something new. I also have an All in the Family hat that I had written everything in. I love sets too. They are easy gifts, and then it's really kind of nice when you have, you know, a color that is someone's color, you know. So my daughter-in-law's mother loves purple, so I really was thinking about this color for her. She loves anything purple, and you know, she's living in North Carolina now, so it gets cool. So for her to have a nice little set, I think that would be a nice oh, Nikki says, in my family, we all have a color. That's nice. That's nice. And you know, we used to all have colors too. Like when the boys were growing up, um, Zach's was green and Justin's was blue. And although he did go through a phase where he loved red, now Dustin, my grandson, he loves red. And he always has. I don't know if he's going to outgrow that or not. I don't know. Nicole used to love pink, but now she's changed and she loves different colors. She loves purple and she loves teal. And so, you know, and I think for a while there, she thought that she was only allowed to love pink. And I told her one time, I'm like, it's okay to love more than one color. It's okay. You're allowed, and she was like, oh. And so then after that, when I came, she announced to me, Grammy, pink is not my favorite color anymore. I still like it, but it's not my favorite. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's good. You just let me know what your favorite color is. And little Annabelle, she likes orange and green, and she started out, it was Nicole was pink and Annabelle was purple. Well, they've chose their others. Oh, you just started watching the tutorial, Valerie? Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who helps me out by watching my channel. And you know what? Miguel is doing a 100, or doing a tutorial every day until 100. And so let's help him out, and let's go over and give him a like and a follow. Let's go ahead and subscribe to his channel, and give him some crochet love there. Let's do that for him. And yeah. And Nisi, are you still working on your hours? I know you didn't have very many more hours. She is working on getting, oh, you're not doing any tutorials. That's okay. That's all right. Let's see. Miguel says periwinkle has always been my favorite color, and my second is sage. Periwinkle is a gorgeous color, and sage pairs with that periwinkle so well. What two great colors to really embrace. I love those colors, especially the sage with any other color is just gorgeous. Sage to me represents the best kind of leaf or foliage to go with another color. So, you can do lavender and sage. You can do amethyst and sage. You can do any kind of pink and sage. You can do a red and sage. Anything like that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. Something every day till 2K. Oh, I see. You're doing a short of something called Something Every Day Till 2K. Okay, great. Yeah, you don't put out tutorials. I understood what you meant. I might have said it wrong, but I understood what you meant, Miguel. That's good. That's awesome. Awesome. All righty. So, crocheting this really is so easy. The only thing I might have done different, if I had given it a little thought, the pattern goes back and forth, and that's really lovely. It really is, because it gives a nice edge here on the edge of the scarf. And then, when you get to the other edge, when you finally get it all done, then you just do, a half double crochet row, and it mimics what's going on here. And so you have, very similar ends. But if I had thought about it, doing the length and then doing the feather stitch lengthwise, it would have probably been even more fun, because then I wouldn't have to turn so quickly, because once you get the stitch down, it's such a fast moving stitch, because it's such a big stitch, it just takes up a lot of space. And so it's very fast to go from one end to the other, and then you're turning, and one end to the other, and you're turning, and you're turning, and you're turning. And I'm not complaining, but it just felt like, each row just went really fast, which is a good thing. It's a really good thing. But this stitch is just really, really gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that stitch. How pretty is that? I mean, really. And someone who doesn't crochet is going to look at that and they're going to think, how in the world did you get that to go that way? How in the world did you make that yarn go that way? They're going to think it. I know they are. I've seen them. I've seen people look at my work and just look and go, I can't even wrap my mind around how you're making this happen, you know? And I'm like, I know. I know you can't, because I wouldn't be able to either if I didn't have my magic wand in my hand and wave that magic wand and make this magic happen, right? I'm all about that. I'm all about that. Oh, I agree. Sage color is very calming. Oh, good. You're off to work, Nisi. Well, you have a great day at work. Have a wonderful day. And stay warm. Stay warm. And so anyway, it's been an adventure. It really has. And the house is coming along really nicely. I'm wishing that the house would come along a little faster. It needs to speed up and it needs to be done. And so says me, right? So says me. Um, so hubby and I are planning on getting some apples. We found an orchard that is not too far from here, an apple orchard, and they don't let you pick your own, but they do. You come and you tell them what you want, and they go pick it, and then they bring it to you. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy good. So you get fresh picked apples, and they'll do a whole bushel of grade B apples, which means they're not like store worthy, but they're still beautiful apples. Um, so they'll bring you those. A whole bushel is like 45 to 48 pounds of apples for $14. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, really. So crazy good. And they have Golden Delicious, which is just a favorite of ours. We love the Gala apples too, but Golden Delicious are just so sweet and so delicious. They're just so delicious. So I'm really excited about that and can't wait to get that. And I know it's a crazy good price, isn't it? Yes. So anyway, crazy good. You're funny, Nikki. Nikki's laughing. She's kind of making fun. Oh, yeah, that's crazy good. Oh, y'all make me laugh. I'm tired today, guys. I am so tired. Oh, thank you, Robin. I really like it. It's thick. It's thick and just warm and squishy. I don't see, and I can't really show, it's not so thick that it's like unwieldy because it is still bendy. And keep in mind that I was using inexpensive yarn because I didn't have my yarn stashed with me and when I started it in Florida. So I got some. Oh, thank you. I do too. Thank you. That's really sweet. Apple pies, Nikki. Yes, you know it. You know it. Apple butter, apple cake. Oh, a fresh apple cake. There's nothing better than a fresh apple cake. And it's called fresh apple cake because you're cutting the apples into chunks and putting the fresh apple pieces in your cake. That's why it's called fresh apple cake. My grandmother made an apple stack cake, and she would the cake was actually like a big round cookie. And so she would put the cookie down and then put the freshly made applesauce on top, put that down, applesauce down, applesauce. Now here in Appalachia, they do an apple stack cake, but they use dried apples and they reconstitute them, which kind of makes it like, once they reconstitute it, it kind of makes it like an applesauce, but it's made with dried apples. And they stack it, and then you let it sit for 24 hours, and then the juice from the applesauce or the dried apples, the reconstituted dried apples, soaks into the cookie, and it just makes it soft. So when you cut it, it's like a soft cake. It is so delicious. I'll be doing a tutorial on that on my other channel once we get our kitchen going. So everybody think really strong thoughts. Get that house done. Like I'm reminded of that show, that show where they would come in and they would like revamp your house or something, and then they put the bus in front and they'd all stand out front going, move that bus, move that bus. Well, that's what I'm about to chant to my builder because I need him to get this done. So anyway, because I need to get in that kitchen. I can't wait to get in that kitchen and start, doing recipes and tutorials, and I won't even call them tutorials. They're just really cook-alongs. Come cook with me. Come watch me cook. And doing recipes and stuff like that from our family cookbook and the family recipes that we love so much. So I can't wait to do that. Apple butter is definitely on the agenda. Apple pie filling is definitely on the agenda. And applesauce is definitely on the agenda. We use applesauce in an oatmeal bake that we do. It's a baked oatmeal, and there's different ways of doing it, but it has eggs. It has 4 cups of rolled oats, old-fashioned rolled oats. It has 2 cups of milk. It has 10 eggs, and then it varies the other things that you put in it. You can put, the applesauce. I will sometimes take some fresh cranberries and make like a cranberry gel, or with just very little sugar, but make like a cranberry sauce. But it's more like a jelly, a cranberry jelly, and kind of weave that in because I love cranberries. If I had, oh gosh, I should have done an orange cranberry last time, babe. If you grate your oranges and then put the orange zest in there and a little bit of orange juice, then you would have like the orange cranberry, like reminiscent of a muffin, but it's like an oatmeal bake. So then you cut it into squares, and it's solid, kind of like a cake, but it's more like an oatmeal cake. It's hard to describe, but it's delicious for breakfast, healthy because you know exactly what's going in it. But anyway, so this I'm really looking forward to next Saturday, showing you how to do the hat that goes with it. It's going to be super fun. And then of course the fingerless gloves to go with it. I know those of you who've been with me, you may have already made those fingerless gloves with me. And so I'm sorry for the duplicate. However, there's not a straight tutorial out for that. And I even tried finding, like I went searching for my own video, my own live of us doing the crochet along. And I didn't have it marked well enough, so I couldn't even find it. So, unless you know what it is, or if you've gone back to it and bookmarked it or whatever, it would be really impossible for someone to find that crochet along and crochet the gloves with us. So I want to have a tutorial for that one out there so it's easy to find. And then the rest of the 12 weeks of Crochet Christmas, I've got some good things coming for that too. Can't wait. I was trying to like do different things this time, not just do all amigurumi or dolls, or all blankets, or all wearables, or all kitchen. I'm trying to kind of mix it up a little bit so that there might be something for everyone. But anyway, so I hope that you have a great Monday. I need to go rest my head for a minute. I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And so I hope that you have a great Monday. And let me see. Oh, apple butter. You guys like apple butters? Or make the stack cake with apple butter. Oh, apple butter would be just as good, if not better, in that stack cake. Yes. Ooh, apple cider. Nice. Nice. Oh, Nikki's causing trouble here. Nikki says we need a dishcloth. You are so funny. Don't dare me. See if I won't. I do need a nap, Miguel. Isn't that crazy? It's just first thing in the morning and I already need a nap. My back was hurting in the night last night, so I crashed, but then when my back started hurting enough, I had to get up. And so yeah, it's been hurting me a little bit. So, there's always that. But I hope that you have a great Monday, and I will see you on Wednesday. And I can't wait to show you the different things that we're doing. And oh my gosh, and I don't even want that drama, Robin, right? Robin says it's hard to recover from all that drama during the drive. I know. I know. I don't know. I don't know what, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But oh, an ear warmer in that stitch. That would be really pretty, wouldn't it? And very doable. Very, very doable. Um, hmm, we'll have to check that out, won't we? Yeah, because that's just going to be just, enough to wrap. Oh, thank you, Naomi. It was good seeing you too. Stress just drains us, doesn't it, Robin? Oh, goodness. And I'm ready for some peace and fun in the kitchen and just yeah, I'm ready for some peace. And I know Mom is too. She's ready for some peace. She's ready to get here, and she's just being so patient and about getting here. And we're just uh, needing to get all the paperwork signed and the CO so that we can move our little selves in. So anyway, I hope that you have a great Monday. Stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. And much love to everybody. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.